Hello, welcome back to the 3-Hour News Show, and you are watching our signature segment, See the Stories. Now, as you can see, we changed our clothes to try something new today.
Yes.
Not really new for Kai, though.
Actually, I've never tried it.
Oh, you've never tried it?
I've never tried it, but I've heard about it, and I've interviewed somebody who knows about it, and I'm really eager because we're going to try it today.
Yes.
So it's going to be a first for both of us. This is exciting because we're going to talk about gentle somatic yoga. But before we introduce our guest, let's first really understand what is gentle somatic yoga. Take a look. So the main focus of somatic yoga treatment is slow and soft movements. You won't be attempting to twist into pretzel forms or touch your toes. I love that. Because with gentle somatic yoga, the main goal is you're moving in a way that suits you and feels natural.
Oh, so apparently you just let your body guide your way. Now, through somatic yoga therapy, you may interpret some signals akin to conversing deeply with your own body. Have I ever talked to my own body? Sometimes when I do, some heavy training.
You get it. Go do it. Come on,
yeah, I would just say
2 more sets.
Come on.
2 more reps.
I would
2 more
probably
reps.
tap on my part of the body and say, come on.
Yeah,
we can do it.
I do that too. I do that too. But that's I think it's very important for us to be able to converse deeply and really think about what our body needs, right? So to know more deeply about gentle somatic yoga, we now have yoga instructor Okti Qadriani here in our studio. But Okti, it's so nice to see you here in See today.
Yes, nice to meet again.
No, well, I've told you, I've heard what somatic yoga is all about. No, I can't wait for the session later. But we've had a little bit of an introduction, right? But what is somatic yoga and how does it differ from traditional yoga practice?
Yeah, okay. So somatic yoga, as you mentioned before, somatic yoga more focus about internal awareness. Which is in the traditional yoga, you more focus on the pose, like example for the hatha yoga.
Yeah.
Mostly you do the static movement, which is you need to be correct in the pose.
Yes.
But somatic is more internal. You even need to close your eyes to feel the sensation. And then it's actually to be more aware to your body. So, and this is also emphasize the body to be more relaxed and release the tension on your muscle.
Okay, so you were actually mentioning about hatha yoga as an example, and you were saying that in that particular yoga, you have to be able to do some pose like correctly and stuff like that.
Alignment. And it will push you, right?
Yeah.
And it will push you, especially if you're stiff.
True.
It's just not open.
So hatha vinyasa, it has its own principles, but for this somatic yoga, what are the primary principles or philosophies behind the somatic yoga?
Yeah, so the principle of somatic yoga is first awareness through your body, and then we use the specific technique which is called pandiculation. Pandiculation is more like the contracting and then releasing muscle very slowly. So this is to release the tension, and then it's actually, if you do it regularly, it can be create the repattern of your habitual pattern from yourself, and it's also to what you call it, we have the sensory motor amnesia as well, where sensory motor amnesia is where since you're born, so you probably have already habitual pattern, which is for example, when we are in the elementary school and then until you are working, you sitting and then you more like hunch your back and then with the gadget, and then it's actually can have the problem with your back, shoulder and neck. So with the somatic yoga, where you move with fully put attention in your body, so it can release, and then actually when you do that kind of stuff again, it's gonna be like you will more aware. Like it's resetting.
It's a
your
natural
habitual
alarm for your body.
Correct.
So setting a natural alarm.
So
for you.
it's like reconnecting the brain to that specific area.
Correct.
To tell them that this is not
the correct.
So my interesting question is, because I've been doing a lot of reading on somatic movements, right?
Yeah.
So somatic movement that's what it is. That's what it is about, right? It's reconnecting the brain with certain parts of the body to heal that certain part of the body.
Yeah.
So how does this help with injuries and physical issues?
Yeah, this has happened to me actually because I did a lot of strength training before, but then also yoga. But then I did the dynamic yoga, which is caused me a lot, not a lot, but several injuries in my body because I didn't put fully awareness to my body. But then when I get a somatic yoga training, so it's specifically because the pandiculation. You know, the pandiculation is if you wake up in the morning and then you do like a yawning. So it's actually not a stretching, it's pandiculation. Because you do slowly, you stretch your muscle. It's actually you do the contracting, and then you're releasing. So it's pandiculation, it's not a stretching. So that's the specific technique that we use in the somatic yoga. So that is really releasing the muscle. So maybe we can try later on.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. I mean, the morning stretch for me was like, let's start the day right.
Yeah.
But is it suitable for all ages and all fitness level? Because in sports, we know that for a certain fitness level, you have to go from say basic, and then if you in a certain fitness level, you can go directly to intermediate or advanced and something like that.
This is really for all of ages because I have a client which is 89.
89?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and then it's really simple because the movement is really gentle and very simple. Even like I say, it's effortless movement. So with that effortless movement, and then you do it correctly, which more, again, attention and put awareness. So it actually can help. So it is for all levels because normally if I teach online during the COVID, I also ask the mom to bring the kids also because kids nowadays
all
have a lot of scoliosis,
hunching,
hunching,
and also
scoliosis as well.
Scoliosis.
Yeah, so it really helps. It really helps.
So I wanted to ask this particular question because right now there's a lot of practice holistically.
Yes.
Somatic yoga and somatic movements are being used to release trauma.
Yes.
What is the correlation between trauma that is trapped in your body and using somatic exercises to release it?
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
It's actually the reason why I've always wanted to try it.
Yes. Do you know that muscle actually keeps the memories?
Yes.
I know, yeah.
But not just movement memories,
We
right?
know the muscle memory thingy.
Yes. So that's why somatic really helps because with the certain of movement, if you do it correctly, it's actually like, releasing the knot on your body. So all the memory that's stored in the muscle is also released.
So these knots are actually tension and
correct.
traumas that are stored.
Yes.
And that cannot. It's not only physiological. It can also be the emotional, right?
Correct.
Because when it's like, is it true? Like, because when we're like shocked, do you realize when you're like shocked, you're like.
Everything
right?
is just go tense.
It's actually
that is imprinted when you freeze. It's apparently imprinted as these things as well.
Yeah, it's actually like somatic experience, right? So somatic is actually a connection within in your brain, in the nervous system, which is attached with the sensory and our motoric movement. So that's why.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it a lot on social media. Sorry, I'm a wellness girl, right? So I've seen a lot of social media with these really simple movements that you're able to release a lot of tension. And that, did you know, is it true that when your hips are locked, that there's actually a lot of perhaps unreleased trauma, childhood trauma, or emotional trauma that's actually within you, and somatic exercises or somatic yoga with this also helps with releasing that.
Yes, because your pelvis muscle is the biggest muscle in your body, and it stores a lot. So basically, your pelvis is your hips is your data source of your body.
And do people cry sometimes in their somatic?
Yes, even no, somatic not really, because it's not like you need to hold in the position. But if you hold in the position, yes, it's sometimes connecting to your emotion as well. But with somatic, actually, it's relaxing, really. So I never have a member crying in my somatic yoga, but with yin yoga, yes, because it's connecting more to the emotion.
To the emotion.
Yeah, to the emotions.
Okay, now one thing that I understand about yoga is actually the breathing techniques that sometimes you need to learn, not excessively, but gradually.
Yeah.
So you're able to actually regulate the breathing and also connect that into the practices.
Yeah.
But are there any specific breathing techniques used in somatic yoga?
Not specifically for somatic. It's we also adapt from the traditional yoga. So we use normal breathing with fully awareness, and then we use the diaphragm breathing, like the three-part of breathing. You breathe from your nose and then to the diaphragm, and then using the abdominal muscle, and then releasing. Also, then you're contracting your muscle, your abdominal muscle. And then the difference is we actually using, we call it cleansing breath, which is you slowly inhale, and then you exhale like you're releasing all the tension from your body. It's just like
oh, that sighing sound.
Yes.
I love that sighing sound.
Oh.
Yes. So in somatic, this cleansing breath is actually for releasing the secret tension.
Oh.
Yeah, the secret tension from your body. Yeah.
I can't wait to try.
Yeah. So you may not realize, like when I ask you, do you have chronic pain in your body right now? You may say no right now, but when I ask you to scan your body, it may show up.
Ooh.
It's a secret tension. It's a secret tension.
It's getting more interesting.
Yeah.
Scan your body.
So
you had me at scan your body.
Yeah. So yeah, every somatic yoga that I give to the class, I always start with the scanning your body. So you will make a connection with your body, and you know what exactly your body right now in this present moment.
Oh. So in order to do that, do we need any specific equipment or props? Because scanning sounds very mechanical to me. Yes.
Your inner eye.
No. So, well, it's just normal equipment like yoga mat. But if you think that you need some pillow or for sitting, sometimes people have difficulties to do a sit in the mat. So you can use bolster, you can use pillow, or you can use the blanket. So it's up to you, because sometimes the easier movement, the movement that feels easy for us is not easy for people. For other people.
I agree.
Yeah. Because sometimes, like even to move your finger, some people could have the difficulties of of moving their
clutching.
fingers. Yes, because probably they have already the carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah.
That's because too many
typing
or gadget.
Yeah.
Too much thumb work.
Thumb work.
Too much thumb work.
Yes.
And also probably the Facebook chin.
Yeah.
The blackberry chin.
Yes, the blackberry.
So one last question, perhaps, before we finally try somatic yoga. How often do you have to do somatic yoga exercises in order to finally feel its release benefits?
Well, you know, it's depend on how chronic pain that you have in your body. So I suggest you do it every day, like every only 10 or 15 minutes, targeting to the specific pain in your body. But if not, you probably just 1 or 2 times a week, like the whole 30 to 1 hour practices. So, well, you know, it's about the consistency as basically. Yeah.
Everything is about consistency.
Yes.
Very nice. You know what? I am so eager to try this. I've been waiting for quite some time to finally be able to try this. And you want to go release some trauma as well?
Oh yeah, some trauma on my joints because I'm old.
No, you're just a gym freak. That's okay. Now, for the next See the Stories, we'll continue after the break. Stay tuned and get your mats out. Join us because we're going to try somatic yoga moves right here in the studio. Don't go anywhere.